everyone, how are you today? I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, on this sunny morning, meet again with me, Mr. Putu and Santhika, to continue our discussion last week. Well, before we continue our discussion, do you still remember the material in the last week? Yes, that's right. That is about anxiety disorder. So at today's meeting, we will discuss about important point about anxiety disorder. And before that, do you still remember how many important points on this topic? I think nobody remembers the point, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Well, I have 4 points that we will discuss today. And before getting into the discussion, I want to tell you the fact about this material.
Indonesia is a country that has a lot of anxiety disorder. There is 32% of people have anxiety disorder. It's very sad, right? So that is why I chose this topic to discuss, and in my opinion, there are still many people in Indonesia who don't care about their mental health.
Okay, let's go to the first point, which is the definition of anxiety disorder.
Anxiety is a mental health disorder which is characterized by feelings of worry and excessive fear that can interfere with daily activities. However, feeling anxious is a normal thing for someone to feel. This happens when you are in an uncomfortable situation. But if the feelings of anxiety is too excessive, even the activity is disturbed, this condition can be said to be an anxiety disorder that can harm yourself.
So, what are the types of anxiety a person has? Okay, let's discuss the second point, that is the type of anxiety disorder.
There are 5 types of anxiety. The first is generalized anxiety disorder, or usually called GAD. This anxiety disorder can appear every day and can interfere the activities. Apart from feeling anxious, you will usually feel nauseous, have headaches, difficulty concentrating, shortness of breath, insomnia, and tension. The second is phobias. A phobia is a type of anxiety disorder that makes excessive fear of a certain thing or a situation. Everyone has different phobias depending on the type of trauma they have experienced. The person who has a phobia may feel panic attack or intense fear when they see what triggers the phobia. Next, there is PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. This anxiety can occur in someone who has experienced a traumatic event or has been in a dangerous situation. People with PTSD often find it difficult to forget their traumatic experience and make them feel guilty and have difficulty socializing with other people. Sometimes people who have PTSD often feel insomnia and even depression. The next type of anxiety is obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD. People with OCD tend to do things over and over to get rid of their anxiety. This anxiety is difficult to control, persistent, and can recur at any time. And the last is a panic attack. People who have panic disorder usually feel afraid and panic for no apparent reason. Panic attack can appear at any time and occur suddenly. When panic appears, usually feel a pounding heart, cold sweat, dizziness, shortness of breath, the body shakes and feel weak.
Now, to see the characteristic of anxiety, let's discuss the third point, which is the characteristic of anxiety disorder.
Anxiety can be felt by anyone. It is normal to feel anxious about being in a stressful situation. So, what are the characteristics of people who have anxiety disorder? There are some characteristics of anxiety disorder. The first is feel stress. The second is depression, nervous, restless, feel tense, and heartbeat. Or another characteristic is rapid breathing, body trembling, difficulty sleeping, sweating a lot, the body feels weak, difficulty concentrating, losing balance, and the last is loss of mind.
Then, is there a way to overcome the anxiety? Yes, of course. there are some ways that can be done. So let's discuss the last point, which means how to deal with anxiety disorder.
To deal with anxiety disorders, you can do this. The first is you can do positive things that can make you feel happy and calm, such as doing hobbies or activities that you like. The second is you have to apply self-love and self-care because this is important for your mental health. The next one is adequate rest. And next is try relaxation technique to reduce stress such as meditation and yoga. And next one is doing physical activity or exercising regularly. And the next is trying to exchange ideas with someone. And the last thing is don't do self-diagnose because it's better to go to a psychologist if you feel an anxiety disorder.
Okay, I think that's all about today's material. Thank you for joining this class and see you!